Welcome to the Photographer Diaries podcast. I'm your host, David Scott Bowles.
And I am your co-host, Dragon.
On today's episode, we're talking about how we get in that creative mood and how we deal with clients that kind of just don't trust you. So this was actually a cool topic because I have personally dealt with this recently in some recent weddings, and I'm sure Lejean, being in the industry that he has dealt with this a lot. Especially when you're dealing with a lot of creative people or directors or art directors. And I mean, let's be honest, we've all, if you're in the industry, if you're in the photography creative industry, we've always dealt with that art director who just doesn't fucking know what they're doing.
Oh, man.
I've seen it on some sets that I've worked with where it's like this dude in his 60s that's the creative art director that went to art school that knows shit about camera work or anything like that. So since this was Lejean's topic, I'm going to let him kind of start and touch on it. And actually, let me just ask you a question because I think this will make it a little easier.
Right.
Give me a scenario where you have kind of encountered this, and what did you do about it? What was your first thought, but how did you kind of navigate your way through that?
All right. So with me, it was more on the video side, and you have sometimes the label bring reps to oversee a video.
Okay.
Right. And we need this, we want this, and we have to do this. So at first, when it first started happening to me, I didn't know what to do. Like, I was just like, oh my God, they're fucking up my vision. Like, This is just the worst. But as I continued to do it, what I learned is give them what they're looking for doesn't mean that it has to make them.
Yeah.
So you still shoot your stuff, shoot their stuff. And once posts start happening, if it looks good, it looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you pretty much have to be able to pull an audible. That's our whole job, where we have to pull audibles. It just happens. Even if it's just us. If we go somewhere, sounded hitting right now. All right, let's pull an audible. That's just how we do. So it's just another person just trying to fuck up your creativity, but you still stick to your stuff because you sat down and thought about this shit way before they did, longer than they did. And, they just come that day like, oh, I need you to do this job. And they come there and they just want to talk. They want to act like they have control.
Yeah.
So make them believe it. Play the game. But, sometimes I have to tell people to shut up. I've done that. Look, this is my set.
Yeah.
Like, you hired me for a reason. Let me have it.
Yeah. I mean, in the wedding field, we get so many different personalities and all whatnot. And recently, actually, so we've been dealing with a client that just doesn't sound like she trusts us. Like, she's been sending us these pictures that, honestly, the pictures are like far off from what we do. And
we did that. Yeah, it's a big thing.
And she sent us this like video. She's like, oh, my friend got married here, and sent us this video. And the video was just like, it looked like it was filmed like, by, a son and father that just started and shooting on like a handy camera or something. And there was, it's funny because like the company that I'm talking about, so this is a studio that I work for, and we're very like cinematic driven company, like very stylized. And when like, there's been times where like I've had some clients from this company that like don't want that, but it's like, why'd you hire this creative company? They're and I'm not knocking like companies that just do that simple, very classic wedding films or whatever, like very slow, very linear. There's a market for that, and there's people that love that. Not my cup of tea, but like when you go out and you seek this company that does these unique films that do creative stuff, and then you hire them and you're just like, no, I just want to document.
This happened to me. So it was an event, like a little event that, and you've seen my page, like I'm pretty sure you guys have too. I try to incorporate fast music video type stuff into my videos. So they wanted me to cover an event, and I gave them an edit that I was like, oh, this is fine. And they're like, oh no, can you just take every effect off? We wanted like a real estate video, just slow movement through the location.
Yeah.
What? That's not even, why did you ask me to do that? I don't have anything like that on my page,
And that's actually, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's I think gonna be the next topic that I want to talk about, is exactly kind of what you said about that you don't have that on your page. But we'll talk about this in another episode, but that just gave me an idea as such. So I'll keep that in our brains.
Yeah. So it's just, so my whole thing is if a client comes to me, you have two different clients, a client who knows what they want and a client who knows that they want to work with you.
Yeah.
Okay. So the difference for those who don't know what I'm saying is you have a client that'll come to you like, oh, I want to shoot this. This is my inspo. I want to shoot it here. Can we make it happen?
Yeah.
Then you have people's like, oh, I love your work. I want to get in front of your camera. I have this budget, but I don't know what I want to do. And honestly, it's a double-edged sword with them both.
Yeah.
Because you'll have people who, the client that want to work with you and don't know what they want. And then you'll come up with something cool and like, I don't want that. Yeah. But you don't know what you want to do. Yeah. And I'm not going to help you check off the list of, oh, I don't want to do that. Then you have the client who says, hey, this is my budget and I want this. Yeah. And it's nowhere near their budget. So.
Yeah, it really especially that, it really boils down again to trust. Like, you have to trust the person that you're hiring to do this job.
Right.
Because if not, things are going to get either misinterpreted or things are going to get shot wrong. There's going to be that nervous factor too that's going to play into it. So, I always tell my clients, whether it's wedding, corporate, or whatever, just trust me. You hired me for a reason. Trust me. Let me do my thing. I'm all about creative input. If you guys have some ideas, you want me to try something, I'm going to try it, but I'm also going to do the shots that I know that work.
Right.
I know that the shots that I want as well.
The shots that got you here.
Yeah, exactly. So there was a second part that I wanted to kind of touch off of, but I totally forgot. But okay, we'll just talk about what I was going to say we could do for next episode, because it kind of plays into this a little bit.
Let's do it.
So it's super important, especially really in any field of the creative industry, that you should be showing work that you want to do, because what you show is what you're going to attract. And for wedding industry, right? If I'm showing these weddings that are very barn style, country, whatever, shot out, in, the country style venue, and that's all my work, right? Those are the clients that I'm going to get. If I'm showing downtown LA, hype videos, energy, those are the clients that I'm going to get. Mm-hmm. My scope of work, because I view weddings very differently. Every wedding to me, I've actually had a client not hire me because of this, which is kind of funny, but I had to break it down to her. So she looked at my page, she said, I love your work, but every video looks different. And I just, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, well, I told her, it's well, not every wedding is different. Or not every wedding is the same. And yeah, exactly. And that's kind of how I had to break it down to her. I said, look, we feed off the energy of your wedding. Mm-hmm. So if your wedding is slow, romantic, super emotional, maybe somebody just recently passed or something like that, or you guys are an emotional couple, you're very romantic, then
get you that.
Exactly. And I said that's the film that you're going to end up getting, is going to be that slow romantic film. If your wedding is a fucking party, that's the edit you're going to get. You're going to get a hype video. You're going to get this energetic video. So I had to tell her, I'm not a cut and copy studio. Like I don't do that. Like
You just tell.
all my style is gonna look a little different because every wedding looks different. I don't shoot the same venues often. Like so going back to just kind of showing
that shows to the trust. Like,
Yeah.
it's trust me.
Yeah.
Even though they don't look the same, they still look good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's kind of what I tell them too. I'm like, you know what? I was like, I don't believe in uniformity. I don't believe that a lot of people with like Instagrams, like, you have to be consistent. Your photos have to look exactly the same. No, they don't. You just have to be consistently good. You need to be able to be like consistently repeat something again. Is different. Like, so with me, being consistent means being accountable, being persistent, like being able to post consistently, but not consistent doesn't mean that your grid has to all look the same. It just has to look consistently good.
That's it. And to touch on what you were saying, it works the same. Well, it's the same thing. It's like the event videos. I've had event videos where people want this big, huge hype video that they didn't show me of like a club filled with people, and then you have 6 people there. Like, I can't give you what you're looking for.
Yeah.
If the environment doesn't match that.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I always tell people, give me your idea of what you're looking for, but just know I'm going to do something good because it's a representation of myself. And it's one thing to have clients. It's another thing to have recurring clients and clients who refer people to you because your work is good.
Yeah.
So that's how I work every time. All right. If I have this client, I want to impress them with my work. So not only if something else come up, they want to use me again, but then if they're talking to their friend, like, oh, I got this thing coming up. I need a video, I need a cameraman. And they're like, oh, shit, use the guy I use. That's how I work.
Yeah.
So don't think I'm just going to just bullshit your job to get it done. Because then you're going to be, I didn't like this video. Oh, he was the worst. I don't need that.
Yep.
So it comes down, and I could talk a whole episode about trusting your photographer or videographer. If you don't trust them, why did you even contact them?
Yeah.
Like, do your research before you work with someone.
Yep.
You have to do that. So then, and we have conversations, we get on phone calls, so you could kind of feel the person out. So if that day comes and you don't have that trust, you shouldn't use that person.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it also is one of those things where like you really should love the person's work that you hire, and that's something I find myself repeating to clients constantly. Like when they book me, I tell them straight up, because my wedding style isn't for everybody. And I tell them that from the beginning. I said, look, have you looked at my work? Yes, we did. Okay, did you love it? Yeah, we did. Okay. Well, tell me, what did you like about it? Oh, we really like this, or we really like that. And like, even in my questionnaire, one of the things I tell them is, I send them a link to the work, and I said, tell me what galleries you like the most, or what, because like, I have a couple short galleries on the website. I said, tell me which one stood out to you. So that would be
Side.
Which one? Actually, that's
All of it.
Yeah. So when I tell them like, hey, like, go over to the website, it's haydenharlow.com. And so when they go over there, there's some galleries on there, and they put in what they like. So that way I get an idea of like, okay, this is what they, this is like, because I do, my style kind of fluctuates. Most of it's kind of that more moodier, bold color, but I have some galleries on there that are on the brighter side because that's what the client wanted.
Right.
So I tell them, if this is what you're looking for, let me know, because we have to shoot a different way for the, like, if you want the more moodier stuff, I'm gonna put you in shadows, I'm gonna broad light you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. If you want that more true to color, natural stuff, I'm gonna put you in different areas of light.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have like things like that. It's all about, again, trust, but it's also about communication. You have to communicate your vision, what you
for.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we talk. That's why we talk to our clients, because we want to get all that stuff out the way.
Yeah.
So the day of, we can just work.
Yep.
We don't want to I want to do. I think I want to do that. That messes up the flow of everything, and I'm pretty sure you didn't pay for the time it's going to take to keep changing things. I want to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then that's how I work as well. I work on a tier base. So if you come to me with a tier 1 budget, you can't show me things in my tier 3 budget that you want and that you want it to look like. You know?
Yeah.
I express that to people. Your budget is that bubble we're able to feel. So the bigger the budget, the more things that we can put inside of it to make your vision come true.
That's right. I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You can't, and my buddy listens to this, so I'm gonna say something that he's gonna know to him. You do not give your $10,000 clients the same shit that you give your $500.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Work wise, ed wise, nothing.
Yep.
Because then when they come at you with a bigger budget and it still looks the same, they're wondering why they paid more. And then now your higher paying client is wondering why this person gave you $500.
Yeah.
And his work looked like mine.
Yep.
So you have to work on a tier basis. You have to understand, if you only give me $500, you're only getting the bare work. You can't. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
Because I'm not spending all my time on it.
I mean, not only that, like, because this is something in my industry that we're taught when we're beginning that don't sell, your $4,000 package to somebody and then turn around and sell that same package because you need money or whatever it is, whatever situation it is, for $1,500. Because the thing is like, even though we live in a big ass world, it's a small ass world. So who knows, Susie might have known Joanna, and Joanna's gonna fucking tell her, oh, well, I paid $4,000 for that. You know what I mean? And it just causes conflict. Like, have packages for specific clients, but for specific deliverables. Like, I have one package that I don't even market. I don't market. It's not on my website. But if a client comes to me and they're like, hey, like, we're on a budget, like, is there anything that we can do? I tell them what it is, and I tell them specifically, I said, this is a package, that custom package. We don't advertise this. I don't want you to go around telling, people what you paid for this, because this is kind of a one-off that we do. And it's all digital delivery. You're not going to get any physical products, and there's no way to get X, Y, and Z. Because once they get X, Y, and Z, it's like they basically just got my first tier package, you know what I mean? So, and what I do though, is I give them the option for, like, to have that on later. I said, look, you know what, if for whatever reason, maybe you guys get gifted some money and down the road you want to buy X, Y, and Z, it is available. I will hold it for a little bit and we could talk about it. And then I'm almost up to that price where they should have been in the first place. But yeah, getting off topic. No,
I feel like everything is tied together.
Okay, cool.
So, well, let's really back into like the pre.
Yeah.
So, I'll talk just because I just was talking about tiers. So, like, say like my first tier is, I'm just going to say random numbers. You can check my website for the real packages. That's dragonmediaelite.com. Thank you. All right. So, my first music video package is this price, right? But you're not going to get a treatment.
Okay.
Doing multiple locations, Yeah. You won't, I can't get you props. I can't get you cars. I can't get you nothing. Like, you have to be there and ready.
Yep.
Okay. Then you have, so that lets me know, like, when you come at me with a budget, that determines what my pre-production will be.
Okay.
That's why we charge more, because there's a lot more that go into it when you have X, Y, and Z, like you said.
Yeah.
You come at me with $5,000. Okay, I have to write a treatment. I have to find cars if that's what you're looking for. I have to find locations if that's what's needed. I have to get, if it's another budget, crafty and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things that go into this. I have to hire my crew, make sure that they're good. So we don't only charge for the time of that day.
Yeah.
We charge for pre-production, day of, and post-production. That's why you may think something is high, but that's because you're just there for whatever hours of the day and then you're done. We did the work before, during, and after, So respect your cameraman and videographer because we go above and beyond.
Yep.
And you can't.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people think, and this isn't in any kind of creative field, that people that are not in that field, they think once the shoot is done, it's over, and like they're gonna get the shit like tomorrow.
Like you just go home and put the damn memory card in the computer that builds the fucking music video or wedding video for you. What? It takes me hours sometimes to find a song.
Yeah, same. Like
it takes me hours to find a song, especially when you're doing it for a while. You're like, you sound.
Yeah.
Been through that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I did a whole video one time, and then I just let my friend watch it. He was like, bro, this is dope, but didn't you use this before else last time?
I definitely have used... I try not to use the same song, but once in a while, I'm just like... Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, this song works. But, okay, yeah. So, let's kind of recap, because I think we're getting... Where are we at?
Well, you knew it was running for a while. So.
I know it was... I don't even know where the red time is.
Don't matter.
Well, I can't see. 28 minutes. Okay, so let's recap. Trust. Trust is important. Trust your photographers. Trust your videographers. Trust the team that you hired for media. Super important. Communication. You have to communicate. That is a very key aspect that in any industry, really. I mean, it doesn't have to be this, in any industry, in a relationship, communication is super important. And what else? Am I missing one?
Just know that whatever you're looking for, the person you are working with is capable.
Exactly.
Because, like you said, just because I have doctor in front of my name doesn't mean I can do a surgery.
Yeah.
Can't come with somebody else's work and be like, I know, this is what I'm looking for. And it's not always how.
Dr. Dre can't sew me up. He might be able to.
Hey,
he's from the hood. But yeah, so guys, thank you so much for watching. This is episode 3, season 4. We're trying to stay consistent and put these videos out for you guys. So
that's some. I'm gonna just say something.
Oh,
we got some nice guests.
John has nice guests that he wants to put on here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that because I feel like us sitting here talking, this vibe is great. Like I love this podcast and people are definitely gravitating towards it. That's why we have to be consistent and they want to be a part of it. So
yes.
And we need to get this YouTube going.
Yeah.
Everybody tell him.
Well, we have the YouTube, but we just need to make content.
There we go. That's what I meant.
So wherever you get your podcast, guys, we are on Apple, Spotify, YouTube as well. If you want to watch the video version of it, like LeJean said, we do have some guests coming on. I also have some guests, so it's gonna be a cool dynamic because we'll have people from multiple different industries in the creative field, whether photography, videographers, some wedding videographers, wedding filmmakers, wedding photographers. So it's going to be kind of cool. I'm excited to see where we take this the next couple months. Yeah, that's it. Peace.